Do spiritual persons have material needs? This question, often whispered in hushed tones, echoes through the halls of philosophical discussions. The answer is a resounding yes. People who have chosen a spiritual path do indeed have material needs. These needs are not solely for personal satisfaction, but to enable them to fulfill their purpose on Mother Earth. A spiritual soul descends onto this planet with a purpose, to spread a spiritual message as far and wide as possible. This mission, however, cannot be accomplished without the aid of material wealth. Some may argue that charlatans are posing as spiritual people, using their position for personal gain. However, it's important to remember that these unscrupulous individuals exist in every profession, be it doctors, lawyers, or accountants. It is not fair, nor accurate, to paint all spiritual leaders with the same brush based on the actions of a few. On the other hand, a householder engrossed in worldly activities can also be a spiritual person. In fact, they should be. The more spiritual a worldly person is, the happier and more content they will be. Their actions, driven by passion, are balanced by a sense of dispassion. This means that even though they accumulate wealth, their actions are driven more by need than by greed. The dangerous line is crossed when greed begins to overpower the mind. The next destination on this journey is ego. As soon as the mind is tainted by ego, it becomes easy for a person to veer off the spiritual track. In conclusion, spiritual people do have material needs, but these are not for personal gain, but rather to spread their spiritual message. Materialistic people can also be spiritual, as long as their actions are driven by need and not by greed. The crux of the matter is the balance between spiritual practices and the material needs of a person mutually exclusive, but rather two sides of the same coin. Both have their place in the grand scheme of things, and both can coexist within the same person, so long as greed and ego are kept in check.